There we go. You can hear me now? I forgot to turn my thing on. I have a little app here that makes the microphone catch the voice better. I didn't turn it on. So good morning, everybody. Happy Friday from beautiful Wenatchee, Washington. We're gonna get some snow this weekend, I think. I'm actually supposed to go play in Seattle with Ian Olson and the Seattle Craps crew. He's got a surprise table set up for Saturday, I think. If I can get over the mountains, we're gonna go play. We'll see. The one thing about, if you don't know Washington State, there's this, I don't want to say enormous, but there's a pretty big set of mountain range that goes from eastern to western Washington, called the Cascades, and it's about 4,000 or 5,000 feet. Get up in there, and if it's snowing out, that'll get feet of snow where all the ski areas are, and of course the road gets pretty shitty, and I have not the greatest snow car, so we'll see. Anyway, hopefully I can get out there and play with those guys. It'll be fun. Skill says we are ready to make us wise to make more money. Today's not that day. It's Friday Follies. I'm gonna do something I wouldn't recommend that we do today, but we're gonna have fun anyway because that's what we do here. So today we're gonna talk bridge for like 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, because we have to. But honestly, I don't want to be too serious about things today because it's Friday. I want to have some fun before I get off to work. But I do want to show you some cool stuff. We've been going through the list, right? The BRIS DGE part of this thing. We've done bankroll, we've done risk, we've talked about identifying opportunity. Next week, we'll talk about discipline, goal setting, and your emotional control. And as we go through it, I want you to make sure that, I want to make sure that it's got two goals, what I'm doing here, right? One is, I want to showcase the app a little bit and show you kind of what I'm doing in the app to support the bridge, to give you tools that'll help you kind of get through it, but also to keep reminding you how important it is to have these things at the fore. And again, not just for your gambling, but for your life. These things all matter as you walk through your days, right? I think the marriage of all this stuff works well too, right? Understanding how much bankroll you have, what it's capable of, how much risk you can endure, how much risk you want. Those two things, I think, are the number one and two things that tie together. Bankroll and risk, if they're in opposition of each other, you're gonna have a world of hurt, right? But let's jump in today. I want to show you, before we start doing our crazy rollout, the bankroll piece of the bridge. So let me switch to my browser screen here and show you this. So this is wrong. Let's go there. All right. Here is the bankroll piece. So we talked about risk management the other day. We had the risk assessment quiz. It had some side-by-side sort of comparisons of strategies. This one here focuses on bankroll. And let's move this out of the way so I can see. In the app, you'll have this, obviously, this My Bridge section, which has ways to work on bankroll, which you're going to see here. Your risk assessment, your opportunities. This destinations one is actually going to be a casino search engine, so we can find casinos with tables, with minimums, and that kind of thing. Anyway, look at this. This is a cool thing. So the first tool in the budget and bankroll section is called the projection, and what this does, it actually reads your risk assessment and helps you figure out what a good buy-in and win goal are. But anyway, let's say we have a bankroll of 10K and we want to win 100K. As you'll recall, we did this before. Okay. I did this live. Remember, I started with $10,000. I did 200 and some sessions and I won $100,000. This is the roadmap to get there. So if we start with 10K and we buy in for about 15% every time. So in our case, starting at like $1,500, and you're trying to win about 10, maybe we try and win a 20% goal. Let's change our win goal to 20%. Watch this. You can go save and apply. And what that will do is it'll bring out to you this projected way to get there. You'll see that I've played 5 sessions so far. It's going to take me about 69 more sessions to get there, but it shows you in session 1, you start at 10 grand. You buy in for 1,500. You're trying to win 3. I won 3 that day. Cool. So my projected bankroll is $10,300, and then it carries down and it kind of shows you sort of the recommended pathway. So if you buy in for this amount each day, you'll see that as your bankroll grows, your buy-in gets bigger, your goal gets bigger eventually, and then you start winning. You'll see as the bankroll grows, the goal starts to grow, and by the end, as you remember when we did this the first time, you're buying in for like 13,000, you're winning 2,700, and before you know it, your win goal gets reached, right? This is a projector, but it actually uses your real sessions. So if I have a session and I log it in here, that session will show up on the bankroll projector screen. So as I win and lose, my live sessions actually come in here and they show up and they start building out this chart, which will project for you how long it would take you to reach whatever goal this is you're trying to hit, which is pretty cool. The next thing we did was build this sort of a bet tiering thing where, again, it reads your risk profile. You are a moderate player, so it's recommending for you a 30% win goal, a 30% loss limit. At a $500 buy-in, your base bet might be $10, and we're going to round our bets up by 5. If we do a little simulated session here, it'll start showing you what you should be doing with your bets as you win, as you lose. Now, you can take this with any set of results. Just whatever, roll the dice in front of you or play some cards, whatever it is, right? And pretend I'm going to do a, whatever. My base bet is $10. Watch what happens as I win. I win. Oh, look at that. Now it's time to go up. It's looking at your overall bankroll and saying, look, you've got $600 in your bank from your 500. Now is the time to start increasing the size of your bets. And so it knows as you're doing better or as you're doing worse, we'll start reducing our bets, and watch this. It'll start. Oh, actually, well, oh, there it goes. Down to $5. So it helps you budget your base bet size based on wins and losses and the resulting size of your bankroll. So it's a practice tool to kind of help you. And if you're doing this while you're playing a game, this will help you make the next bet in the game. That's kind of the idea. So it'll help you sort of understand what your bankroll is able to do in the current moment, and even gives you kind of get the hell out of here advice on a bad streak. So there's that one. And then we have our trip planner, which you can create a trip. Let's say we're gonna go to Vegas. Actually, let's just do this weekend. We're gonna go to Snoqualmie. We're gonna go to private. I'm gonna call it the private table thing. The private table. We're gonna go to Snoqualmie, or I guess it's gonna be Seattle, and then Snoqualmie. And we're gonna go there for just one day. We're gonna go for a Saturday. We're gonna come back on Sunday. I'm going to bring $1,000. I'm going to spend about $50 in gas, about $100 in food, nothing for travel, nothing for entertainment. I'm going to be bringing, I don't know, probably about $1,000 to play with. And it's yelling at me. I don't have enough money, right? So I'm going to bring about $1,200. And let's see, my win goal will be $500. I'm willing to lose $500, and let's see what happens, right? It makes a trip for me. And in that trip, when I start the trip, I start getting ways to log what happens each day. So this lets me budget my trip in terms of my expenses, as well as what I'm going to gamble with. We talk about when you win at the casino, splitting your money into multiple bank accounts. This is telling you what your expenses are. There's $150 in expenses. So I know that when I come back and I get done with that session, I've got to put money back into my 401k account and money back into my expense account to cover those costs. So anyway, that's some of the tools in the new bankroll builder. And I'm getting excited about it. I'm pretty happy, but the app is looking pretty good, as you can see. I think we're on the way to making a tool that's not just cool looking, but I think useful. Like the projection tool, without that tool, I never would have made the 100K in those shows. I never would have got it, right? That's a replication of a spreadsheet that I made that literally drove those shows. So in real life, can that work? I don't know. But Ken from Ken Knows Gambling does this every day. He makes his envelopes up every day. That projection screen shows you where those envelopes are heading. If he keeps winning at these rates that he's winning at and puts the money in the right spot, how would that look in terms of overall win goals? So there it is. All right, before I start doing some weirdness, let's talk about it. Have we heard from Sideshow? I have not. The last time I heard from Chris, he was moving to Alabama to teach. He had taken a job with the Army or had switched with the Army from being what he was doing, which was kind of top secret, I think, and into teaching. He was teaching something, and I don't know if he moved or not. He had that really long deployment. Remember that he was deployed for what, I think 13 months, something like that, and it did a number on him. So I'm not sure that he's going to come back to craps, but anyway, good guy. I should reach out to him actually. So thanks for asking that. All right. The data is stored in both two places, the database and on your device. So the app doesn't store anything personal. In other words, it has your email address because it has to, so you can get logged in. But everything else is just numbers, right? So like your session logs, like where you're going to go, what you're going to play, it just stores those as numbers. The bank accounts are all virtual, so there's no real money there. It's just a way for you to categorize and log what you're doing. But we've got a database set up that keeps it permanently. Plus, it saves on your device so that if you're in a casino and there's no internet connection for you, everything still works. And when you walk outside, the device and the database will get in sync. So it'll do its best to kind of keep you connected that way. So skill and luck. The update in the room behind me, which if you want to see it, lights are out, so it's kind of hard to see. But there's the craps table still under construction. I actually, now that I have logos, and you've seen the new logo, it's actually on screen right now. I've sent the logos over to the to Casino Supply, to the art department. They're now making me the felt. So it'll just take a few more weeks before the felt's done. I'm hoping by end of year, I'll have the felt in place and I can put the table back together again. And what I bought, by the way, was a craps felt, and I bought baccarat, roulette, and blackjack. So we're going to have those three as well that I can lay out on my craps table and deal those games from over the rail. So I can actually deal 4 games now besides just the crap stuff. So, good. Tom, glad you find that helpful. I think it's cool. I think that these tools are going to be, I don't know. To me, it's like the tool itself does nothing, right? It just, whatever. It's a cool way to look at your data and your results. It's more about here, right? It's more about you being kind of in the right mindset, right? It's more about you being mindful enough to take the logs, write the stuff down, and kind of keep on top of things. If you don't do that, you just willy-nilly, whatever, that's when you have problems. So, all right, let's do it. Let's go Friday. Let's go to the table time and let's play a little bit. And what I'm going to do today is one of my, I've done this before with you, I think. This is one of the ones from Crappy the Craps Man. And this is kind of fun. I'm going to bring $2,000 out here today, and no line bet. We might not even do a cross bets, but what I'm going to do is this. We're going to go $150 6, 150 on the 6, and we're going to go 210 laying against the 8. I'm going to take $25 here, and we'll go 210 against the 8. And I don't have a lay bet lammer, so I'll just kind of heel it off a little bit so you can see it. And what this does is this: the 6 pays. I need to get some bankroll out here for the dealers. There we go. All right. So the 6 pays 175. Okay. If we catch a 6, we're done. If we catch a 6 before an 8, we're done. We'll take the lay bet on the 8 down, and we'll just play our game out. Okay. That 175 represents a lot of things to us. 96 across, 64 across, 66 inside, 76 inside. Whatever you want to do with the 175 to play along, you can. This is one of those one hit and I can keep playing type of strategies. Okay, that's if the 6 rolls before the 8. That's your goal. Now the 8, 1 to 10 will pay 180. 175, 180. On a 7. If a 7 comes, this bet wins. We lose 150. Okay, you can put the 150 right back. That's the point. That covers that. That's your hedge. If the 8 comes a bunch of times, you're going to be in trouble. You need to win a couple of these to make up for it. But the 180 win represents a $30 delta between the two bets. So with this $30, a couple of things will happen. I'm gonna actually get the $30 as reds. Okay. What we do with the $30 is this. It's going to cover the 4 hard ways and the vig on this bet. This vig is going to actually be $11 vig, but we'll call it 10 for now. Okay. So the 7 represents a tie. You put your vig back, you put your hard ways back unless the hard 8 comes. We're going to run a hard way parlay over here. These don't matter. These are not hedges against anything. This is just going to be a 2-leg hard way parlay. That's it. Okay. So the $30 delta on these two, if the 7 comes, replace the hard ways, pay your vig, and you're out clean. If the 6 comes, this comes down, and you just play the numbers that you want to play, replacing the hard ways that you want. This is always going to be a thing. A $5 hard way parlay is always going to be in action. Okay? That's the whole strategy. So there it is. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to take an extra quarter out of my rack as reds. And so we'll do our hard ways. We'll pay our vig. And as you can see, I've got my $15 change. And off we go to the races. Let's see if we can't get our rack looking right from this. This is from Crappy the Craps Man. The hard ways are not his. This is just Crappy the Craps Man. All right, here we go. There we go. You want to keep the hard ways just before it. I'd like this because, not that it matters, but these are clean, right? I love the 6 and 8 hard ways. I've made more money on these in my life than these. These pay nice because, that's going to pay $45. If you just parlay it goes to 50. And 50 times 9, then you're getting into a $500 win, right? Nice purple chip over here, right? These become a little bit tougher to make hay with, but it does give you a little bit of outside action. All right, here we go. Let's run it out and see what happens. The gate, we got a 4-3-7. What happens on a 7? It's a tie. Lose 150, lose these over here, right? 150, 160, 170, plus our vig up here. That's a complete wash. Nobody cares. Nobody got hurt. Okay. All right. We got 11 yo. Doesn't matter. We got the 8. So we lose our lay bet. That's going to be the big danger zone in this strategy is going to be the 8 getting picked off. We actually lose both 8s. So out we come with another 210. Replace the 8, and I need to break a green chip here to pay that vig. One extra. Let's do them. I need my 6 to outpace the 8. That's the whole trick to the thing. There's an easy 4, so we'll lose the hard 4. We'll put her back. Actually, that's the point. Right now, the 8. I'm sorry, 8's the point. It doesn't matter. We're going to work all the time. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to mess with the pot. We're just going to work all the time. Another 7. Wash. Right? Win 1-8. Lose 150, 160, 170. $10 in vig. Wins 180. It's a wash. I'm not going to monkey with chips on the 7s. He's got to get some 6s. Oh my God, another 8. Are you kidding me? And it's an easy 8 at that. We lose that, and that. My goodness. Who has the worst luck in town? It's old Johnny, right? There's 2 8s down. Let's get another 5. Put our hard 8 back. We'll pay our vig. And off we go. My goodness. A 7. Tie. Another easy 8. We should do this. We should totally be doing this, right? Let's switch them up. Right? Easy switch there. But again, we lose another 210. Good Lord in heaven. We lose our hard 8. And back we go for another 210. And here we go. The VIGs, and remember, the VIG is paid by the win there, right? So here we go. Oh my God, I'm getting killed here, right? 11 yo. That's why it's Friday and who cares, right? 11 yo. Talk about parlays, right? Parlaying the hard way. There's another one, a tie. So the no 6 wins. Everything's a wash. Okay. I do need reds though because I'm out of VIG money. So I gotta make sure I can pay the VIG out there. All right, here we go. 6. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I'm just gonna jump around like a maniac here, right? Wow, easy 6. Loses there. I didn't put my my hard ways back. from the last time. That's going to get paid out of here. Here. Good gravy. Here goes $2,000 right out of, wow. Okay, here we go. My goodness. 3. 3 again. The casino does say yum yum, Doctor. The casino loves this kind of. Another 6. Fantastic. Fantastic. Another loss. We're going to be out $2K in just a minute. This is awesome. That's all right. We'll just reset the bankroll and do it again because it's Friday and we can, right? All right, replace that. Good Lord. Oh, we got to put our hard 6 back too. All right, let's do. A 7. Tie. A 9. A 5. Get that out of the way. A 5. Everything but. Another 11. Come on. How about an 8? How about an 8? A 10. Easy 10. If we lose the hard 10, we'll put her back. 9. Boy, we're just bouncing around here, right? How about that? I'm going to touch it so it happens. Come on. 8. No. Jeez. Oh my God. There's the last 200. That literally we lost every single bet. We have lost every. They're not even coming hard for us, right? We're getting just really. That's it. We'll put that away. We're gonna put the hard 8 back, or the hard 6 back rather. Wow. Not one win. Never to gamble on a Friday. There you go. 5. A 5. Come on. 7. Tie. This is the last bet. I'm actually out of money here. So fantastic. Come on. Hard 10. There we go. Something happened, right? $35 on the win. Parlay it up to 45. Okay. And again, what that will pay, 7 times 45 gets the next bet. That's why you parlay it up. That'll actually get us a little bit of juice here, hopefully moving forward. My goodness. My goodness. Cruising Express is here. 4. Easy 4. Lose that one. Come on back. A midnight. And there's the end of the run right there. I'm gonna reset the bankroll. That was Monday. Monday didn't go so well for us. We're gonna reset the whole thing and try it again. Wow. Yeah. Skill says it doesn't catch what's coming. You're right. It doesn't really matter. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 35. Goes to 40. You're right, Jen. Sorry about that. One of these things where we say this all the time, it doesn't matter if you bet one number big. Remember yesterday, one number big versus all the numbers small, right? You're playing target practice, right? Is one number big, like the 6 or the 8, better than all the numbers across? Today, the numbers across are what's getting hit, right? We're getting jacked up in here. Whatever, right? It's just going to be the rhythm of the morning is how it's going to happen. So there's Monday. Monday was a loss. Let's try and have a better Tuesday, shall we? We lost $2,000 on that session. Jeez, Lou. That was a total and complete ass kicking right there. Wow. All right, there is bing, 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 bing. All right, there's 5, 1,000, 15, $2,000. Okay, let's do it again. One more time. We're gonna go 210. We'll go back to the 8 again, I guess. It doesn't matter which one you pick. It's just gonna be if you can land in a good spot today, right? So there's that. There's the VIG. There's the VIG, rather. Here is the next quarter. That gets me the hard ways with my change. And let's go with our 156. Original set. Here we go. Tuesday's going to be the day. Tuesday's going to get it done. Is it 9? I'd like to get one of these to hit at one point. You know what I mean? 7 out. Everything ties. Remember, 180, or I'm sorry, 210 pays 180. We lose 150, 160, 170, and $10 is the vig. So we just grind it out on the 7s. There's an 8. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Here we go again. We're just going to pick whatever I'm betting on is just going to get picked off, right? So there's replacing the 8. I'm going to get quarter or nickels for my quarter. Good gravy. I got to repay the vig. There's the $10, and I got to re-put the hard 8 back. So that costs me a little bit of money when we get hit up there, obviously. 10. 2-seam, I will answer your question as soon as we're like, hey, look at that. We got a hit. We got a hit. We can take a rate down finally. That'll work for later. That's cool. That pays 175. Finally, something got hit. We can bring this back also. We're going to lose our hard 6. We'll put the hard 6 back. And now we'll take our $75. We'll do a skill 66 with it. All right. So I'm going to put the 150 and the 210 right there. That's going to be our next run out there. We'll put $100 back in the good part of the rack. And I'll take this. We'll get 9 change. And let's go 66 inside. We'll play Skill and Luck's favorite strategy. 2, 3. Here we go. All right. Now we'll do 66 inside and just see what happens. We'll try and win $50 out of that. And do that. All right. There's a midnight. And there's aces. And there's a 7. So we lose everything, of course, right? Why wouldn't we lose everything? I wasn't actually keeping track of the point either, so I would have been hard pressed. Okay. Back out with 210 on the lay 8. Back out 175 or 150 on the 6. We're gonna break a quarter into nickels. We'll get the hard ways. We'll take another $5 out of here to pay that vig on that lay 10, and off we go. Maybe this time we have a better run. At least we got $100 back that time, right? And I would play the strategy, there's a 6, until my rack looked right. Okay, so again, we're going to lose the easy 6. We'll put that back. We'll take our 8 down. We don't need it anymore. That pays 175. I'll put that back in the rack for the next time. We'll rack a black chip. And we'll do, again, 66 inside. I think the point is 9. I don't even know what the point is. I'm just going to let the bets work. I should have kept track, but I didn't. So there's my $9 change. Does anybody know what the point is? Have you guys watched? You guys paying attention? I should be paying attention, but, you know, it's Friday and I just woke up. All right, there's that. I think the point's 9, but I'm not really sure. All right, here we go. We'll play it out. Until somebody tells me what the point is, I'm just going to play it out. All right, we got a 3, which doesn't matter. We got a 5, which pays $21. Okay. With the $21, we have all the choices, right? We're going to drop $1. We're going to grab the insides and press them all by 1. We're going to do this first. This is the first move we're going to make. Okay. We agreed to play the skill 66. And there we go. Now we're at 88 inside. One more inside hit. We can come down. But really, do we need to, right? The idea here is to win $50, right? There's the $28. We'll do 30 for 2 on that one. 30 for 2. And we can same bet that. And then we can start moving out. Normally, you want to get out of the hand, right? 66 to 88 down to 44. We're already out of the hand. That 6 paid for us. Now we're just going to go up and out. But I wanted to get something in the rack that at least mattered, right? There's an 8. Also pays 30 for 2. We're going to do it, though, in red chips this time. So I'll drop $2 to my dealer. We'll get paid $30 in red. We're going to lose our hard 8. I'll put that back. Okay, that 30 for 2. is going to look like the 4 and 10 for $15 each. And there's a 3. And there's the 7. So we don't get anything but that $30 out of that hand. I'm okay with it. All right, here we go. The glare. Oh, you can't see the. Can you see them over here better? Is that better? If I do them there, you can see them there. All right, I'll keep them over here. I'll still keep this going though. All right, let's go ahead and lay the 8. Let's place the 6. Let's get some nickels. Let's get our hard ways going. It's hard to reach them now, but whatever. There's the vig, and off we go. All right, cool. Here we go. This time I'll watch the point in case I get the 6 to hit. Should I switch these? Or keep it at the 6 and the 8 where they are? What do we do? There's a midnight. There's a 5. Okay, the point is actually a 5. So now we know what the point is this time. In case I get out of the hand, we can make a move, right? There's a 9. There's an 8. Okay, it's a hard 8 though. So we're gonna lose the 250 or the 210. We're gonna get paid here though. We're gonna put the 210 back. So there's 225. We'll put the 210 back with the vig. Now the hard 8, 9 times 5, that pays 45. I was in the wrong one. There's 45. We will parlay it so it looks like 50. And here we go. That's a good bet. If we're going to get beat, let's get beat hard, right? Now it's $50 now. 45, 9 times 5 is 45. Plus 5 is 50. So we're at $50, right? If you do this at $10, by the way, $10 hard 8, it goes up to 100 here, right? So there it is. All right. And we got a 9. Come on, 6, you can do it. Hard 8. Okay, so we lose the 210, okay, which sucks on the lay bet. However, that's going to pay $450. $450. Okay, it looks like 100 now, right? We're going to go 3 leg on it. Looks like 100 on that hard 8. We'll go back with our 210. I need to get some quarters here, or some nickels rather. There's 210 with the vig. We'll bring back a couple black chips to the rack. And let's have a win here to cover up the garbage we're getting up here. We're still looking 0.5. 7 out. All right, so the 7 cancels everything out. It's effectively, it becomes this. I'll pay it from the bank because the 7 covers all of it. Back to square we go. We didn't get the big fatty over here, but we got a nice little win, which was kind of cool. All right, puck's off. Let's go. I'm not going to switch again. We keep trying to switch, and we get kind of jacky. Here we go. All right, so now that we'll pay the 10 right? 7 times 5 is 35, and we will press that up to 40. Now we have 40 on the, and that'll pay 280. Okay, here we go. Let's get another hard 10, huh? 3. Easy 10. Bummer. Puck is off. Lose the big parlay. We got to replace it with the original, and off we go. 9. Here we go. Give me a 6, brother. Give me a 6. 5. 11 midnight. Hard 4. Okay, that's cool. Again, hard 4 is going to pay 35. Stack it, looks like 40. 6. Yay. Okay, we lose the hard 6. We'll bring the 8 back. We'll put the hard 6 back from the rack. That pays 175. That comes down for later. We'll take the $75. Racking 100 over there. And let's go, actually we'll add $1. Let's go 76 inside this time. We'll go heavy on the 5 and 9. So we'll go 20 on the 5, 20 on the 9. and 18 on the 6 and 8. And there we go. That's our setup. And let's rock it. 10 easy. We lose our hard 10. I don't know that I have the point right, by the way. There's going to be 5 reds. Put that back. I don't think I have the point correct. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not paying attention that close. There's a 6, $21. $21. Now, a lot of things you can do from here, right? Grab the 4 and 10 if you like, right? You can pump the 6 and the 8 up a little bit, get them both up to the next level. Matter of fact, what I'll probably do here is drop $3 and get my 6 and 8 both pressed to 30. So I'll drop a nickel, right? 6 and 8 will both look like 30 now. There's 15. There's 15. There's the 5. It goes to 30. I'm going to make those greens. All right, now I've got good inside bets. I'm throwing chips all over the place over here. Okay, let's go. I think the point is 9. Is the point still 9? I don't even know what the freaking point is. I'm not paying attention. 6, that'll work. $35. We're gonna go ahead and same bet that one. We'll collect, and now we'll start jacking them up if we can. 5 pays. We have 20 on there. It pays 30 for 2. Pays $28 with the $20 on it. Let's make the 5 go right to 50. Okay, we'll take that. We'll press it right on up. Next hit we'll collect. But I'll show you a cool, if I get it, I'll show you a cool 5 and 9 progression today. Thank you, Skill. I thought it was still, hey, hard 6. Again, $35. Okay, did we same bet that last time? I forget now. I think we did same bet it. I forget what we did. I think we same bet it. We're going to collect that one. Now the hard 6 over here, again, it pays 9 times 5, 45. We'll parlay the win, so it's a $50 hard 6 now. There's a 9. That's the point. Sweet. All right, that pays 21. Or I'm sorry, 28. So 30. We'll do a 30. I don't really have $2, but I'm going to drop a nickel, get my change, and we'll make the 9 also look like 50. Coming out. Everything's off. Bets are off on the come out. 3. Here comes a hard 6. You watch. Easy 6. All right. Point is 6. We're good. Oh, I thought it was going to be a hard way. All right. That's an 8. That'll pay 35. We will collect on that one too. Again, we've collected the 6 and 8 now, both at 35. Now they can go up. Lose the hard 8. Put the hard 8 back. I'm in profit, so I'm going to bump those two to 10 each. Easy 6. Damn it, that sucks. We had the nice fat bet there. That's a huge bummer. We'll go back with a $10 hard 6. We'll take the $35 on that 6, make it look like 60, and it's ready to go to the ceiling. Coming out, we're off. Easy 6. 9. All right, 50 is going to pay, we'll do 75 for 5. Pay 70, but we'll do 75 for 5, and we'll collect that one. Then we're going to shoot it, okay? We'll do a power press on the 5 and 9 if we can get them. It didn't work out. But the power press on those two is pretty cool. On the 9, just so you know, that pays $70, right? It pays 70. If you drop 5 out of your rack, it's 75 for 5, and that goes right to 125. Right? You go from 50 to 125 on that 9. If you're going to do a full press on that from $50, just go. Go to 125. It's a great, easy bet. It pays 175, which is a nice collect, 200 for a quarter, or you can go to 300 on the next press. It's a really cool starting point. All right. How did we do there? Let's see. Let me get all this mess out the way and see how we did. I think we're actually in okay shape. If I color up these greens as a black, our rack is almost back to square. Almost, I say, not quite, but we have 1, 2, 3. We're 175 light in green, and we're $100 light in the blacks. We actually fought back from those losses on the 8. Let's come back to it. Let's place the 8 and lay the 6 this time, because why not? We'll just switching it for switching its sake. Get the hard ways back. There's our nickel, and let's come on out. There's a 9. Okay, here we go. Looking for a nice hard 8 right here. Booyah! He called his shot. All right, 6 lay comes back. Hard 8, 45. Parlay it to 50. Fantastic. We'll take our 175. 8 comes back to the rack. We'll play the 75 and we'll rack the blacks. So the blacks are back. The blacks are all back where they should be. Matter of fact, watch this. You won't believe me when I show it to you, but look at this. If we take $200 and I made these look like greens, the rack is back. All that money we lost on the 8s earlier is back. We have 150. All this is profit right now. We're actually playing in profit, if you can believe it. Can you believe we made money on that damn thing? All right, here we go. Drop a buck. We'll go 76 in again. One more time. This will be it. Last shooter right here. 76 inside. Heavy on the 5 and 9. $20, 5 and 9. 18, 6 and 8. We still have that nice fat hardway sitting out there. Let's end the day with a nice big win on the hard 8. What do you think? Let's go. That's a 9. That's the point. 20 pays 30 for 2. We'll same bet that the first time. Then we're going to go. Midnight. 10, easy 10. So we'll lose our hard 10. Get her back. I need a hard 8 right here. We need a big fat hard 8. Come on, baby. Hard 10. That'll work just as well. That pays 35. And we'll just bump it up to 40. Come on. Skill. No. This is a different day. Not the first day. The first day we lost $2,000, right? Thanks, Jen. 10's the point. We lose our bid for the big win on the hard 8, which sucks. But we do get paid on the easy 8. That'll pay 21. We'll go $10 on the hard 8. I'm going to drop a buck from my rack and make my 8 look like 30. Here we go. Hard 10. Oh, bang. There we go. That's fantastic. All right. 4 times 7 is, everybody, 28. So 40 pays 275, 280 for the hard 10. How about them bananas, right? Let's make that look like, let's see. If I want to go to, let's make it look like $75. We'll go to $75 on it. That'll pay about a nickel, right? 7 times 7 is 49. So 49 plus the 35 will pay us a nice purple check over there. And we'll take this back to the rack. I love it. I love it. Let's put the greens back where they belong. Put a black over here in profit, and we're doing all right. Actually, I have the second black. Here we go. All right. Come on. 8. 7. Ugh. That's all right. We end up in profit for that session. That session we profited. I'll be okay with it. It's a nice little setup, right? If you can get yourself set, it's actually a pretty cool way to do it. But here we go. Let's get the money right. I'm going to take all this out of the rack, and I'm going to get $200 in green checks. Because what that does, that puts my rack back. This is the way the rack started. 15 in black and 5 in greens. That was why we started the session. If I take the reds and I get some color for the reds, that's $25. Our profit was 375, 395 in profit. Not too bad. So the first day we lost $2K. The second day we won, about $400. I'm okay with that, right? The first time we got whacked on that lay bet every single time. We'd bounce back and forth and got destroyed by it, right? We got destroyed by lay bets. This time we got hit on one lay bet, earned it back, and then profited from there on forward. So we did okay. If you get whacked on a lay bet for 210, the win of 175 doesn't quite get you back, but it gets you playing. And the play style got us back to thing. The hardways actually paid us out a couple of times, which really helped. A couple of big hardway parlays, right? That's why it's Friday Follies, right? It's not a safe way to play, but it's a go for it kind of a thing on a Friday. And who cares? Let's have some FUN fun. Yeah, Jen, I will pay attention to the point. I will 100%. You know what? It's funny. It's been so long since I've actually spun and rolled. I'm a little bit out of sync with stuff, right? And yeah, I'll do better now. I promise I'll do better next time. All right, what do we have here? Let's see. I'm reading. I'm way behind. Yeah. The point is 8. No. Oh, okay. I messed up. Yeah, I have to take care of the point much better. Scott Gunnerman, you can't wait to watch the replay, but it's going to be ugly. Obviously, I'm not paying attention to the point very closely. Most things were working the whole time, so I wasn't really that worried about it. But yeah, I got to get a little bit better on that. Let's see. Anthony, AZ Crap Shooters, good to see you again, buddy. It's been a while. There was also something else here that was asked. Cruising and Craps. So one of these days, I want you to talk about what compels compels and gambling to win. My video yesterday was spot on. Had a few things to add. Your content is fire, and thank you so much for that. We will definitely talk about what gambling to win. So this is the thing. There's, I think, 3 kinds of people that go to the casino. Well, maybe 4. You got the person who's like Ken or like me, right? Who, if you're bankroll building, or if you're gambling for a living, or you're trying to just kind of grind out and go all the time, though the grinder guy who's trying to eke out a little win on the regular is one kind of player. They're usually unemotional, unattached, unaffected by what's going on. They're just there to do a job kind of a thing, right? You've got the person who's on vacation, goes to Vegas with $5K to light on fire, and that person's not worried about grinding out a win. They don't care about getting out of the hand necessarily. They're not worried about bankroll protection or rack management. They're just trying to have some fun. They're going to go across and they're going to power press. They're going to do GM spin and things that are fun to play, going for kind of a home run because you're there for a different reason than the guy who's grinding. And I think sometimes people get in this habit of like making fun of or kind of putting people down who are there and just burning money. Sometimes that's the goal, is to go and have a good old time, right? I think Greg said this once from 555. He's like, if you're going to light $500 on fire at a craps table, that's okay if you have the money to do it. But also think about it. If you were going to go out to a show and a dinner and a show with your wife in Vegas, $150 for each ticket, probably a couple $100 for dinner. It's the same thing. You're lighting $500 on fire. You're going to go see a show that you'll forget about in a year. You're going to go have dinner. You're going to shit out the next day and your money's gone. It's the same thing, right? If you're there to have fun, use the money to have fun. And that's an okay place to be. If you're on a cruise ship and you're trying to earn comps, you're sort of trying to find the best hedgy way to play with a lot of money. This 6 and 8 hedge right here, by the way, that's a lot of comp value. If you think about it, right? That's 210 and 150. And really, you're not going to probably catch very often that losing every bet like I did today. Most of the time, you're going to be kind of here and here surviving that thing with a nice comp play. You've got your degenerates who just, are burning their paychecks. And that's the people that I'm really kind of feeling sorry for. And that's it, right? People gamble for different reasons, but I think you got to realize why you're going. And and I think the bridge helps you here, right? Why am I going to the casino? What is my goal going there? If my goal is to have some fun, great. My goal is to grind it out, even better. So, all right. I think that's it. What about the Thursday? Oh God. Yeah. The refs, Jen, oh my goodness gracious. That, first of all, the non-safety was awful. That PI was awful. That one where the whole defensive line jumped off sides and there was no call. I mean, what the hell's going on? And of course, in our pick'em league, I picked Dallas. I figured Detroit's on the down, Dallas is on the up. I thought I'd take the Cowboys last night. I hate the Cowboys. I never bet on the Cowboys, but I had a feeling. I played my gut and I got killed. Awful. I don't think the ship would call that an offsetting bet. the way I understand the contra betting on the ships is, when you have like the don't pass and you place the number, that's a contra bet. But if both bets can fully lose, both bets get rated. As far as I understand, when I asked the boss the last time I was on the ship about this, he's like, as long as both bets can fully lose, they're both fully at risk. Not on one roll, but they're both fully at risk. It's not a contra bet. It's only a contra bet when you hedge off the actual number. So should have won last night. Yeah, for sure. Yes. I don't know, Skill. The unicorn to me, again, the reason why I don't play it is it's the risk reward thing, right? The big come out lay at a normal level, not normal. When I say like a level where you want to get to playing at like 160 across at the end of the move, that $600 lay 9 is too much. And on the bubble craps, the $60 lay 9 is too little. Like you're getting into playing for tiny coin. It's still $60 to play with like $6 across is too much to me. That's why I don't like it. It's not the complication of it. It's a lot of moves. I think it's a lot of moves to remember, but the risk reward is not there. The skill 66 is way better. It's your best strategy, in my opinion, because the risk reward is there. I'll risk 66 to win 50 when it works. And it doesn't take a lot to make it work. The unicorn takes a lot to make it work. That's the reason why I don't like it. It's just too much going on, and that's it. So anyway, I've got to go. It is 8. Oh my God, it's 8:25. I got to get to work. I got my meeting is at 8:15, so I'm 7 minutes late. So anyway, y'all have a good weekend. Wish me luck on Saturday, and I'll give you a little trip report on Monday morning. So in the meantime, God bless. Have a good one, and I will see you next week.